If you've ever used XLOOKUP and thought, why am I only getting one result? This is for you. In real spreadsheets, one value often matches multiple rows, and you usually want all of them, not just the first. The good news is that modern Excel can return multiple matches in one formula. It does it by spilling results into the cells below or to the side, but then you hit the next problem. #spill errors. That error is not random. It's Excel telling you the spill range is blocked. In this video, you'll learn a clean pattern to return all matches, control what gets returned, and make the output stable. We'll also cover how to handle no matches without ugly errors. By the end, you'll have a reusable approach you can drop into dashboards, reports, and data cleanup sheets. Let's start with what spill actually means in Excel. Next step. Before we build the formula, you need the mental model for dynamic arrays. A dynamic array formula can return a whole list, not just one value. Excel then spills that list into neighboring cells. The first cell holds the formula. The rest are spill results. This is why you can't type into those spill cells. They're controlled by the formula. It also means the output size can change as your data changes. Add a new matching row, and the spill range grows. Remove a match, and it shrinks. That's powerful, but it also introduces layout rules. The spill range must be empty. No values, no merged cells, and no tables blocking it. If anything blocks the range, Excel throws #spill. So when we talk about handling #spill, we're really talking about designing space for the spill, or routing the output somewhere safe. Keep that in mind as we move into the multi-match pattern. Next step. Now let's address the core issue. XLOOKUP is designed to return a single match. Even if there are 10 matching rows, XLOOKUP picks one based on its search mode. That's perfect for unique IDs. It's not perfect for categories, names, or statuses that repeat. So the trick is simple. We don't force XLOOKUP to do filtering. We first filter the data down to all matching rows. Then we optionally use XLOOKUP inside that filtered result if we need a specific column mapping. In practice, the filter function is the workhorse for return all matches. You give it the return range and an include condition like, this column equals my lookup value. Filter returns every row that meets the condition, and it spills. Once you accept that pattern, the rest becomes about shaping the output and making it resilient. Next step. Here's the basic formula pattern you'll reuse constantly. Think of 3 parts: what you want back, what decides a match, and what happens if nothing matches. The structure is filter return range match condition if empty. For example, return range could be the entire table rows or a single column like order amount. The match condition is a true or false test for each row, like customer equals the selected customer. And if empty is what you want when there are no matches, like no results. This is already the return all matches solution. If there are 5 matching rows, you get 5 rows spilled. If there are 50, you get 50. The main decision you make is the return range. If you return a full row range, you get a mini table. If you return one column, you get a clean list. Start small, return one column, then expand to multiple columns once it works. Next step. Let's make the output more useful by returning multiple columns. Filter can return a multi-column range, and it will spill into a rectangle. So instead of returning just one field, you can return date, order ID, and amount together. The include condition stays the same. The only change is the return range. The key is to keep the return range and the include range aligned. They must have the same number of rows. If your return range is a table column, your include condition should also reference table columns, not mismatched sheet ranges. This is where Excel tables help a lot, because structured references expand automatically. Also, be intentional about column order. If you return 3 columns, you're designing a small report. Put the most important field first. And if you want a header row, don't type it inside the spill area. Put headers above the formula cell, or use a separate label row. Next step. Now let's talk about sorting and cleaning the spilled results. Filter returns matches in the original order of the data. Often that's not what you want. You might want newest first, or highest amount first. The clean way is to wrap filter with sort or sort by. So you filter first, then sort the filtered array. Sort is simplest when you sort by a column position within the returned array. Sort by is more flexible, because you can sort by a separate range, like a date column, even if you're not returning it. Another common cleanup step is removing blanks. If your match column contains blanks, you can accidentally match blank criteria. You can prevent that by adding an extra condition, like and the ID is not blank. In Excel formulas, that's multiplying conditions together, or using a logical AND pattern. Keep it readable and test one condition at a time. Next step. So where does XLOOKUP come back in? It's useful when you want to return all matches, but also translate or map something. For example, you filter all orders for a customer, but you want to display a product name based on a product code. In that case, you can use XLOOKUP on a whole array of product codes. XLOOKUP can accept an array as the lookup value, and it will return an array of results. That means it spills too. The pattern becomes filter the rows you care about, then XLOOKUP one of the filtered columns into a separate lookup table. This avoids repeating XLOOKUP across many cells. It stays as one dynamic formula. If a new order appears, the filtered list grows, and the XLOOKUP results grow with it. Just remember that both arrays must stay aligned, so you don't mix product names with the wrong rows. Next step. Now, let's handle no matches properly. Without an if-empty argument, filter returns a calc error when nothing is found. That's technically correct, but it's not friendly in a report. The simplest fix is to use filter's third argument, like no matches or an empty string. If you want a blank result, use 0. If you want a message, keep it short so it doesn't look like data. Another approach is if error around the whole formula, but that can hide real problems. For example, if your ranges are misaligned, if error will also hide that. So prefer filter's built-in if empty first. Use if error only when you understand what errors you're masking. And if you're returning multiple columns, consider returning a single row message like no results in the first column and blanks in the others, so the layout stays consistent. Next step. Let's get specific about hash spill. This error appears when Excel can't place the spilled results. The most common cause is simple. There's something in the way. Maybe a value, a space character, or a leftover formula. Another common cause is merge cells, because merges break the grid Excel needs for arrays. Tables can also block spilling, because Excel tables have their own structured layout rules. And sometimes, the spill range would go off the sheet, like spilling below the last row. The fix depends on the cause. First, clear the entire expected spill area. Second, unmerge cells in that region. Third, if you're trying to spill into a table, move the formula outside the table, or convert the table to a normal range if appropriate. Finally, design a dedicated output zone with enough empty space so the list can grow safely. Next step. A practical way to prevent spill is to separate inputs from outputs. Put your criteria, like the lookup value, in a small input area. Then reserve a clean output block for the spill. Avoid placing other formulas directly under or beside the spill range. If you need other calculations, reference the spilled array using the hash symbol, like A2 hash. That refers to the entire spilled result, whatever size it is. This is how you build dashboards that don't break when the list grows. Another defensive move is to keep the spill output on a dedicated sheet and then summarize it elsewhere. Also be careful with invisible blockers, like cells that look blank but contain spaces. A quick way to avoid that is to clear contents, not just delete. The goal is to treat the spill output like a living object that needs room to expand. Next step. Now let's make the formula easier to read and maintain. When you start nesting filter, SORTBY, and XLOOKUP, formulas get long, fast. This is where let helps. Let lets you name parts of the formula, like the selected customer, the filtered rows, and the final sorted output. Then you reuse those names without recalculating the same thing multiple times. It makes the formula faster and much easier to edit later. A clean let structure is define inputs, define the filtered array, define any mapped columns, then return the final array. Keep names short and meaningful, like key, data, result. Also, when you debug, you can temporarily return an intermediate variable to confirm it looks right. This turns a scary one-line formula into a readable set of steps, without needing helper columns. Next step. Let's cover a few edge cases that trip people up. First, data types. A lookup value that looks like a number might actually be text, especially with imported data. If your matches seem missing, check that both sides are the same type. Second, extra spaces. A customer name with a trailing space won't match the clean version. In those cases, cleaning with trim can help, either in the source data or inside the condition. Third, case sensitivity. Excel lookups are usually case insensitive, so ABC and ABC match. If you truly need case-sensitive matching, you'll need a different approach using exact inside the include condition. Finally, performance. Filtering entire columns across huge datasets can slow things down. Prefer table columns or bounded ranges. The goal is reliability first and speed second, but you can usually get both with good references. Next step. Let's tie it all together with a reusable recipe you can memorize. Step 1. Decide the output, one column or multiple columns. Step 2. Write a filter with a clear include condition. Step 3. Add if empty so the sheet stays clean. Step 4. If you need ordering, wrap it in sort or sort by. Step 5. If you need mapping, use XLOOKUP on the filtered column, not row by row. Step 6. Protect the spill area with a dedicated output zone and reference it with the hash operator for downstream calculations. This is the workflow that makes multi-match lookups feel predictable. It replaces copy-down formulas and manual filters, and it scales because the output grows with your data. If you build templates for other people, this is also easier to maintain because the logic is centralized in one place. Next step. To wrap up, remember the main idea. XLOOKUP is great for one result, but filter is the tool for all results. Once you combine filter with sorting, optional mapping, and a spill-safe layout, you get a dynamic list that updates itself. That's the real win. No copying formulas down, no manual filtering, and fewer broken reports. If you want to practice, pick one repeating field in your own data, like customer, project, or status, and build a spilled list of all matching rows. Then add a sort, and finally add a mapped column with XLOOKUP. That sequence will make the concept stick. If you want more Excel formula deep dives like this, subscribe. And for a quick check-in, which problem hits you more often? A. Returning all matches, or B. Fixing hash spill errors? Drop A or B in the comments. Small tweaks compound into massive performance gains. Subscribe to catch the next workflow optimization.